It was a typical Monday at Oakwood High, where the bell rang signaling the end of lunch. In the crowded cafeteria, everyone knew to avoid Jake Mercer, the school's infamous bully. He was tall for his age, with an athletic build, cold blue eyes, and a smirk that sent shivers down spines. Jake ruled the hallways through fear, and no one dared to cross him. Jake's favorite targets were a small group of misfits: Nate, a quiet boy who loved computers; Sarah, the artistic loner with a sketchpad always tucked under her arm; and Dylan, the class clown who often used humor to deflect the pain. For years, they had been on the receiving end of Jake's cruel jokes and physical harassment. This year, however, things were different. It was late October, and rumors had begun to spread about a Halloween party being hosted by one of the seniors. Jake was, of course, invited. Everyone wanted to stay on his good side, and no one dared to exclude him. As the days went by, Jake grew more aggressive, making sure everyone knew he was still the king of the school. But in the shadows, Nate, Sarah, and Dylan had started whispering amongst themselves. They were tired of being victims, but it wasn't just anger that united them, it was a plan. A plan to bring Jake down once and for all. Two days before Halloween, Jake received an anonymous invitation to a secret gathering. For the most feared at Oakwood High, the note said, with the promise of a night he wouldn't forget. Intrigued and slightly flattered by the mysterious invitation, Jake pocketed the note. At the same time, Nate, Sarah, and Dylan made sure to stay out of his way, acting as they always did, nervous, scared, small. Jake thought nothing of it, assuming that they were as powerless as ever. Little did he know, the three of them had crafted the invitation specifically for him. They knew he wouldn't be able to resist the temptation of a night filled with danger and excitement. And they were counting on it. Halloween night came, and Jake followed the cryptic directions to the back of Oakwood High's abandoned gymnasium. The building had been closed off for years, ever since a fire left it charred and unsafe. No one ever went there. When he arrived, the doors creaked as they opened, revealing a dark, dusty interior. His phone vibrated with a new message. "Come inside if you're not scared." Jake grinned. Scared? He never got scared. As he ventured deeper into the gym, the dim glow of a few candles illuminated a circle in the center of the room. To his surprise, Nate, Sarah, and Dylan were standing there, waiting for him. Jake's grin faded. "Really? You losers brought me here to what, talk?" he sneered, moving closer to intimidate them. But something was off. The three of them weren't scared. In fact, they looked eerily calm. Before Jake could react, the lights flickered and a loud crash echoed through the gym. A chain dropped from the ceiling, wrapping around Jake's legs, yanking him to the ground. He struggled to get free, but Nate, Sarah, and Dylan stepped forward, circling him like predators around prey. "Did you think we'd just let you walk all over us forever?" Sarah's voice was steady, devoid of the usual fear he had instilled in her. "Let me go," Jake growled, pulling at the chain. But his bravado was fading. Something was wrong, terribly wrong. Nate knelt down, his face inches from Jake's. "This is your last warning. If you don't stop, there will be consequences." "You think you scare me?" Jake spat, laughing through the pain. "You're still the same bunch of nobodies you've always been." Nate stood up slowly, looking to Sarah and Dylan. With a nod, they all turned away, leaving Jake still struggling on the ground. The chains loosened, and Jake finally broke free, scrambling to his feet, rage in his eyes. "You're dead. All of you." The next day at school, things were oddly normal. Jake had managed to shrug off the experience from the night before, chalking it up to some stupid prank. He was more determined than ever to make them pay for trying to humiliate him. He stalked through the hallways, but Nate, Sarah, and Dylan were nowhere to be found. They hadn't shown up for class. By lunchtime, Jake felt a growing sense of unease. His phone buzzed, and he looked down to see a message from an unknown number. "Tick-tock, Jake. Time's running out." Suddenly, the power went out across the school. Emergency lights flickered on, casting long, eerie shadows in the hallways. The students were in a frenzy, confused and scared. But Jake? He felt trapped. As he rounded the corner near his locker, a cold gust of air blew past him, and there, scratched into the metal of his locker door, was a single word: revenge. Jake's heart pounded as he made his way to the gym again, certain that the three were behind this. When he arrived, it was completely dark except for a single beam of light in the center, illuminating a figure tied to a chair. It was Dylan. Before Jake could make sense of it, the gym doors slammed shut behind him, and Sarah's voice echoed through the space. "Did you think it was over?" Jake spun around, but he couldn't see anyone. "You tormented us for years, Jake," Nate's voice joined in. "Now, it's your turn." Jake lunged toward Dylan, but the ground beneath him suddenly gave way. He fell into a deep pit that hadn't been there moments ago, landing hard on his back. Above him, Nate, Sarah, and Dylan stared down. Days passed, and no one saw Jake again. The rumor mill churned, with wild stories about his disappearance. Some said he had skipped town. Others whispered that he had finally gotten what was coming to him. But in truth, Jake wasn't gone. He was trapped, beneath the gym, in a maze of tunnels that had been forgotten since the fire. Every time he found a way out, he would end up right back where he started. And each day, a new note would appear in front of him, reminding him of the people who had once feared him, and how the tables had turned. It wasn't death that came for Jake, it was something far worse. It was fear. Hey everyone. This is my first video on this channel. I know there is too much mistakes, and I promise to improve my content quality. I have a long way to go. If you're enjoying the content and would like to see more interesting facts and mysteries, it would mean a lot if you could hit that subscribe button. Your support helps keep this channel going and ensures you never miss an upload. Thanks so much for watching.